Shalom, dear friends. I'm very happy to be here with you today and to start a new week with you. I'm very happy to be here and to see you here participating. Today, I would like to discuss one verse from Genesis 6:16. Zohar ta'aseh lateva. Zohar is a window you shall make for the ark. Zohar ta'aseh lateva. This is the request from Noah to make a window for the ark. Yes, window for the ark. You shall make a window for the ark. The question is, why does the Bible, or Moses that writes the Bible, doesn't use the word for a window in Hebrew, chalon? Why the Bible does not use the word chalon, window? Why there is a need to use the word Zohar, 1 second, Tzadi Hey Resh, for a window or little window. The sages are saying that Zohar comes from Tzaharaim. Tzaharaim is noon time. This is noon. When the sun is directly above the earth. Again, Tzaharaim, noon, and then we have Zohar. Zohar is a window, and the request from Noah to make Zohar window is the request that the light that shall penetrate the ark or the word, because we said that teva is a word. That the light that will penetrate the word will be as clear as the light of the sun at noon. Is this concept clear? You get the sound coming? I didn't ask you. Do you get the sound coming? Yes, yes. So the question is, what does it mean regarding us? Because this is not historical story. What does it mean regarding us? It means when we use the word teva, the light that comes into the word is the light of the noon. What is the light of the noon? Yes, in English, noon, interestingly, noon, Raim in Hebrew is noon. Noon in English comes from the 9 hour of prayer. This is interesting, this concept. But what happened at noon, at 12 o'clock high? Weinreb says 12 times 12. Yes, 12 times 12 is 144. As we said, Adam or Emet, truth, or man, not man as a male, but human. So the light that's supposed to illuminate the word is the light of truth, is the light of human speak the truth. Is that clear? Is this concept clear? Why does the Bible use the word Zohar, and not a window? What is so special about the word Saharaim, which represent high noon or 12 o'clock high? The concept is clear? Thank you. Do you have questions that you'd like to ask at the moment, or things that you'd like to share? This is also an option. You can open your microphone and speak and ask a question if you're interested. Because Noah in us, yes, Megan. What is the verse we are talking about? This is, sorry, Genesis, yes, 6:16. Genesis 6:16. 1 second. Here it is. This is a Bible Hub. I'll bring it. 1 second. Here. Mechon Mamre does not say a window, it says light. The Hebrew says, this is the English from Mechon Mamre, and now the Hebrew. Here. Yes. Yes, Fernando, I was thinking about the word sohar that we can take narrow and the letter hey. Yes, yes. This is what the sages are saying, that sohar, yes, very good, Fernando. The sages are saying sohar, window, is the same letters like tzara. Tzara is a trouble. Tzara is a trouble. Tzara, trouble, narrow place. So if we run or we think that we are running into a trouble, every trouble, if we rearrange the letters or when we rearrange our view or the lens of looking at the trouble, it's basically a window or an opening for the higher to illuminate us. Yes, Sohar, as you said, Sohar is the same letters as Tzara, a trouble or problem. Do you have any questions? Because I would like to move to a parable. So far, we did not speak about parables. I would like to go out a bit of the Bible to speak about general parable and then to return. Before I do this, do you have any questions or thoughts that you would like to share? If there aren't any questions, I would like to move to the parable called the Lamb and the Lion. The Lamb and the Lion. There was a mother lion, and the mother lion had a little cub, like baby lion. And they used to play and to walk in the savannah together. The cub liked his mother, and his mother liked him too. But one day, the mother lion, died. And the cub, the baby lion, remained by himself, without any protection, without any friends. But he noticed, as being a lonely cub, that there is a herd of sheep, you say, walking. And he just joined them and lived with them. He believed, as a baby lion cub, that he is part of them as well. And when the time was come in the summer to shear the sheep, he just watched how they're being sheared and so on. And so he grew with them, believing that he is also a sheep. Everything was going quite beautifully for the baby lion, which is grew up a bit, and the herd of sheep. They lived together with quite peaceful life, quite lovable life, until one day a lion came and saw all of them. And the lion saw the herd and just tackled the herd. He was hungry and he wanted to eat. And the one who he caught was the baby lion. And the baby lion just leaned on his back and asked, "Please, don't eat me. I'm a little sheep." The old lion took him by, let's say, his nape, and brought him into a brook and showed the little lion and himself their reflection in the brook or in the water of the lake. And the lion said to the little baby cub, "Look at the reflection at the brook or at the lake. You are not a sheep. You are a lion." Now, this is the parable. What this story reflects in our life. Have you heard this parable before? Or this is the first time? Did you understand the parable about the sheep and the... Yes, yes. And how this story brings us to Exodus. Try to think of the lamb. What does the lamb symbolize? What does the lion? How this story connects us to Exodus, of going out of Egypt. There's a way to go. Yes, because we have to connect, because so far we never approached the Exodus from this angle. What does the lion represent? And what does the lamb represent? That's correct, Pixidis. That's correct. Lambs are slaves. Yes. Lambs are slaves. Yes, this is an aspect. Yes. Yes. That's correct. And what does the lion say, or what does he mean by saying, "You are not a lamb, you are a lion"? What hides behind this saying? What does the lion want to tell us? You are not a lamb, you are a lion. Yanis, yes, yes, Fernando. Yes, it would be possible to connect these two animals in the tree of life. Yes, of course. Of course. Yes, of course. Yes. Yes. Of course. Yes. Megan, Yanis, did you understand? Luke, did you understand the story? Do you understand the story? The narration, do you understand what does this story reflects in us? We are not lambs, like victims of circumstances. Yes? Because they say lambs, they go to the slaughterhouse, like the syndrome of the victim mentality. So, what does the lion represent? And to which story in Exodus, yes, to which story in Exodus this story comes to represent? Yes, yes. The lion represents nobility. Yes, to be above the water of time, excellent. The fire, excellent, or the oil, excellent. The fire is above the water. Excellent. Above the water of time. And this is what the soul, yes, the lion here is the soul, yes, it comes to the baby cub and says, hey, listen, you are not a sheep. Yes, you are a soul. And as a soul, you're free. You're never been a slave. You were never born to be a slave, and you're not a slave. Is that clear? Yes. This is why. This is why in the moment of the burning bush conversation, yes, Parashat Vayera, this is the beginning of Exodus. The fire, the speech that comes from the fire of the bush says, I was saying to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as El Shaddai. As El Shaddai. But they manifested. Here, this is the word of the Bible. Now I move to the Hebrew. El Shaddai is the manifested. Yes? I was saying to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as El Shaddai. Manifested, because we say Shaddai, we can take Shaddai as 3:14. This is the pie, represents the pie in a circle, the manifested. I was seen to them as El Shaddai. Ushmi? Yeah, excellent. Excellent, Fernando. Excellent. Because se, lamp, yes, this is shin and hey, and the hey, shin is 3, and 300 or 3, and the hey we can open to 4, and 1, this is 3:14. And the speech from the fire comes, I was seen to the fathers as El Shaddai, as the manifested, as a lamp, yes? But, Ushmi Havaya, but my name is being, I was not known to them as my name being. Havaya, Yod Hei Vav Hei, the Tetragrammaton. This is the conversation of the burning bush. Yes, because Moses himself, what is the story? Can you abstract? Can you connect those two stories together? Moses, in the moment of the burning bush, what does he do there? How does he find himself in a conversation of the burning bush? What was he doing? It is just that he came and appeared in this conversation. What was he doing? Yes, he was fleeing, but yes, but at the moment, the Bible says very, very accurate verse. Yes, he was tending the sheep. Excellent. And the conversation says, as a shepherd, you are not the sheep. You are not one of the sheep that you're herding. I was seen to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as El Shaddai. But my name is being, and in my name being, I was not known to them. And in a way, the conversation in the burning bush, and the burning bush is a conversation of fire. The lion, yes, the wisdom, divine wisdom comes and says to Moses, you are not a lamb. You are a lion. You are infinite divine soul. You don't understand why El Shaddai is manifested. El, okay, let's start. El is the Hebrew name of God, El, like this. And the verse says, Chesed El Kol Hayom. Chesed El is gratia Dei. Chesed El Kol Hayom. The grace is all day long. Yes? And the day is something visual, is revealed. The light is revealed to the eye. Therefore, yes, Chesed El, gratia Dei. Therefore, El Shaddai is the name of the manifested. Is that clear? The relation between El, Chesed El, gratia Dei, and El Shaddai. This is a triangle. El, God. Chesed El, gratia Dei, and El Shaddai. His grace can be seen. Yes. Excellent, Yanis. Excellent. So this is the conversation again. From the fire. I was seen to the fathers, to Abraham. And if you check the Hebrew, this is word by word. El Avraham, towards, but we have in Hebrew, Aleph Lamed can refer to in English, but also as El, as God. There's only the critic, the points under the Nikud that says which El is towards or to and which El is God. So the Bible says, I was seen to Abraham, to Isaac, in the name of El Shaddai, in the manifested, in gratia Dei, in the visible. But my name being, I was not known to them, because I am what? The invisible. And this is the essence of the conversation. I am invisible. This is the first thing. And another thing is that if you using the words of the parable, Moses, you are a lion. Now, what was Moses' reply to this conversation? Go and tell them that I have sent you. What was Moses' reply? If he will speak to the slaves, to the Hebrew slaves in Egypt, that he or the name being wants him to release them, what would they say to him? Do you understand the question? Let's find a chapter. It will be easier. And this is Genesis 6:3. Not Genesis, Exodus, excuse me. Excuse me, 6. No, this is 6:3. This is as well. 1 second. Exodus 6. Here. Now, what is the problem of Moses? When you have the chapter, you can look into the text and see. Moses has to come and to speak to the Hebrew slaves in Egypt and tell them that they're not slaves. Is that clear? He has to come to them as a lion, though they see him as a sheep as well, because they don't accept his leadership at this moment. Those concepts are clear. If you don't agree, if there's a question to ask, just ask. Yes, yes, thank you, Yanis. Moses said, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites?" Yes, this is what he says. Yes. Now, who is Pharaoh? Who is Pharaoh? That's a good question. Let's write the name Paro here in Hebrew. Paro. 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 Pera. Like bad speech or bad mouth. Bad speech or bad mouth. Or Oref Hashem, the nape of God. Oref Hashem, the nape of God. Oref Hashem, nape of God. Nape of God. Why does Moses use this word, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh"? What is the problem in this question? What does Moses presume in this question that he asks? What does he presume? That he is what? Yes, 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 yes. That's correct. Yes. So the concept is clear. The lamb or the lamb in us, yes? The lamb inside of us is a slave, cannot in a way face reality. The lion is the divine soul. And try and see in each one in his life, in her life, how many times do we see ourselves as lamb, let's say victims of circumstances. And if once in a day or so we can see that we are not in a way victim of the circumstances, but we are a divine soul that moves upon the face of the water. If once in a day we can see that we are not this lamb or we are not this sheep, that's good. Once in a day. Because most of the time we are handling ourselves as sheep in English, say one word without S. And this is in a way brings us to the ark and to the window and to the Tzohar, the noon, the high noon. This is what God asks from Noah, using in a way Luria's words, because there are parallel themes between Noah and Moses. You shall do a window to the ark. The window to the ark supposed to illuminate the high 12 o'clock high of the noon, meaning the divine fire. The divine fire will illuminate the word or the ark which is traveling upon the face of the water. It's the same speech, but in different words. Yes, Fernando, I'm thinking about the dynamic Pharaoh El Shaddai. Yes. This is why the conditioning to the 10th plague story goes, and comes the 10th plague. And in the night of the 10th plague, when the first baby born of the Egyptians are being killed, in the same night, Israel or evening, Israel or the Hebrew in Egypt are requested to slaughter the lamb. Slaughter the lamb in them. This is not external slaughtering to take a lamb from somewhere on the hills, but to cancel this perspective that we are lambs. Yes? And by canceling this perspective that I'm the victim of reality and of the circumstances, by canceling this, by slaughtering this image, then comes the spirit and there's freedom coming at the door. Yes, Yanis, as a divine soul above time and space, we reign above all circumstances through His word, which is yes, 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 yes. It's interesting, the lamb, yes, yes, very. This is why Israel, again, the Hebrew, are requested to slaughter a lamb. This is, again, it's not external to go somewhere and to, no, it's not against animal crime, but what people used to translate it, because the Bible does not speak one word about physical life or visual, let's say, reality at all. At all. Yes, Pixidis, can you turn the Se into Shaddai by removing? Yes, yes, of course. Yes, yes, Pixidis. Yes. The Se is Shaddai. When Shin, yes, Shin is Shin, and the Hey is splitting. There's a video about it. The Hey can be seen as Daled, yes, and Yod. Yes, the foot of the Hey is the Yod, and the horizontal and the vertical together are as Daled. So Se can be seen as Shaddai. Yes? Yes, Yanis, we are to slaughter the sheep inside. Yes. This poor, miserable, innocent that doesn't have cannot move. Yes, because he needs someone, a shepherd, to take him to the pasture. He needs someone to show him where is the spring of water. Se is a little lamb. Se in Hebrew, se is a little lamb, little baby lamb. Se is, in Hebrew, se is a word for a lamb which is 1 year old. The baby lamb. Se is a 1 year old baby boy. This is the word, se. So again, how the Hebrew slave go out of Egypt, they cancel the perspective of being lamb inside of them, Once a person understands that he is not a lamb, he is not a say, he is not victim of circumstances, then a new reality comes, immanent reality. I can see beyond time and space. Because a lamb in us can see only or can live or exist only in the visuals of what we see in the world of senses. And canceling the lamb in us or slaughtering the lamb in us, it brings us to another layer of reality which is invisible and timeless. Is this concept clear? This is why the progression of Moses through his way in Egypt, after he runs, yes, from Pharaoh, he is taking care or tends, how do you say? He's taking care of the herds of Yitro, Jethro, we say in English, Yitro. He is taking care of his herd. And this is the moment that he is being revealed to the conversation of the burning bush. Yitro comes from Yeter. Yeter is extra. Yes, at this moment comes a conversation and says there's something which is beyond what you're doing. Yes, you were a prince in Egypt and he ran away and he came to Midian and he helped the girls, the daughters of Jethro, and he married Zipporah. Everything is right. And he was the shepherd of Jethro's flocks. Everything is right. But at this moment, when he approaches with the herd to the mount of God, Horeb, then comes a conversation, meaning you are beyond, there's an extra or beyond reality of what you're just capable of seeing at the moment. The extra mile, the mile of the one. This is why God is saying, remove your shoes from your feet. Shoes, duality, not just because the place you're stepping on is a holy land. Yeah? Remove the shoes. This is not external, like we come home and we remove the shoes from the outside, not to bring dirt or thorns or mud in the winter. Remove shoes. Shoes are two. Yes? Shoes are two. So remove your shoes, remove the duality, and see that you are one holy entity. Do we understand this conversation of the bush? Good. Yes, Yanis, but can we slaughter the lamb inside us through our own effort? Once we understand we are not, there's nothing mechanical to do. Just to understand we are not, how do you say, victims of circumstances. Yes? We're not victims. Something happens. Okay, something happens. But we are not victims. Yes, to connect all the previous stories, we are here. We are divine, all of us are divine soul. Yes? That at the moment of birth, this divine soul is being attached to a body. And through this body, infinite lives its life. Now, in our story, in our conversation today, the body is the lamb. And the lion comes to the lamb and say, the big lion comes to the baby cub and say, "Hey, you're not a lamb. You are not a body. You are a divine soul. Remember that. You live seemingly about lamps, uh, around lamps. Yes? We are, all of us living among what? Lamps. Among what? Bodies. But we are not bodies. We are a divine soul. Yes, Abigail? So Abraham sacrificed the lamb provided by God instead of Isaac. Yes, 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 yes. The slave, in a way, lives the life of the, let's say, the slave lives in space and time. But laughter and joy, this is the name of Isaac, is always beyond space and time. It's impossible, in other words, it is impossible to sacrifice from this perspective. Yes? Laughter. It's impossible to sacrifice something because it's not from here. The laughter, when we laugh, when we're happy, we experience happiness. This is impossible to sacrifice because it doesn't have a body, because it doesn't come from here. Happiness, joy, laughter. It's impossible to sacrifice. It's not a matter. All of these that I mentioned, yes, they don't have a body. They don't come from here. They're being experienced or being seen on the screen, yes, of time and space, but they're not from here. This is why it is impossible. It is impossible to sacrifice them. Yes. Yes. As it is impossible to pronounce the being Hashem. Excellent. This is, yes, it's the same thing. It's the same concept. It's a revelation of who I really am, not a body, but yes, but a divine being. Yes, we are divine being. Therefore, when the body is removed, yes, the body is removed, removal of the body is called in the language of the people death. This is just the removal of the body. There is no death because the soul is divine. Body is being removed, or the experience that this body had is being removed. Yes, like a shirt, a sweatshirt that remove, and the body is being removed. This is only a cast. Yes, but the soul, our soul, is eternal. Therefore, we should not fear anything, because nothing will happen to the soul. Like oil on the water, whatever comes or moves in the water can never touch the soul. It is untouchable. No harm can be done. The fact that we can communicate to each other, we can talk and hear and write letters. This is the great proof of the divine soul to exist. Using language, communication is a proof for the divine soul to exist. Yes, Abigail? Like God told Satan not to touch the soul of Job, but the body he can, right? Yes, it is. He told him not to because it's impossible. Yes, it is impossible to touch the soul. Yes, yes, it is impossible. because this is not tangible. The soul is not tangible. This is why people have difficulty to address the word soul or the existence of the soul. Yes, this is not tangible. The soul is not tangible. We can see through men, let's say if there's a walking happening, we can see a man is walking, but he is not walking, a person who is walking. Walking is happening through him. Seeing is happening through him. Hearing is happening through him. Speaking happening through. Of those are different appearances or manifestations of the soul being connected to the body. But once soul has been removed from the body cannot do any of this. As the deceased, so to speak, in a cascade cannot walk, cannot talk, cannot hear, cannot speak. This is only a cast. This is not real. The body is not real. The body is not real. This is a false reality. What is reality? This is the soul that operates the systems, all of us, not just us humans, the birds, the trees, the dolphins. Yes, this is the divine soul. Therefore, there is not any death whatsoever. There isn't any reality of death. Death is not reality. Do we understand this concept? Yes, Megan, I suppose this is why the verb comes first in a Hebrew. The body, the person doing the verbing is not real. Yes, it is how the soul manifests, yes, in reality through doing and being. That is real. Yes. Yes, the soul, this is excellent. This text is excellent. None of this is by man-made. They say copyright. People like to write about everything copyright. Yes, the copyright is for the soul. You are not capable of all of these. We're not. We're not. A bird. A bird navigates in the winter. The storks, they move from Europe to Israel. What makes them move? What makes them navigate? This is the divine soul does all of it. Questions so far about the concept? And this is the intention of the 4 previous evening to Passover, as the Bible describes that Israel should take the lamb and bind it, yes, under their beds. Yes, there is a request in Exodus of the Hebrews to take a lamb in the tenth of the 4 months. I mean, in the 10th, it's not the 4th, it's April, but in the 10th of the first month of Nisan, to take a lamb in the 10th of the first month of Nisan and to put the lamb under the bed for 4 days and to wait to dry it out and then to slaughter it. Yes, this is not external process. This is happening in all of us. We are not slaves. We are divine soul. Under the bed for a reason. Bed in Hebrew, mitah. Mitah is from mata, below. Yes, the concept that we are in a way slaves or lamb is below reality. Any questions that you would like to ask or share? Luke, thank you. Thank you, Luke. Any significance of the 4 days? Yes. This is the world, yes, the manifestation, to dry the manifestation completely and then to slaughter it, to dry it, to take the vitality. This is the below, yes, to cancel the 4 and then to slaughter, yes, in us, yes, because what happens in the world of lambs, if we look at nature, they are multiplying very, very fast. If we were once in a farm or we have friends, they multiple in the season. People are very occupied with the baby lambs and so this is the symbol of multiplicity. And what is the meaning of a slave? A slave wants more and more and more from the horizontal. When a free man wants liberty, this is the vertical, this is the spirit. So to cancel, yes, the slavery in us. This is the meaning of slaughtering the lamb. Yes, because in our mind there's also a constant mechanical conversation that tells us that the mechanical speech is the divine speech. Yes? But in this mechanical speech is telling us to be better or is telling us to judge all the time. So how do we know that this is a mechanical speech and not the divine speech? Because if it speaks to us in the language of duality, of judgment, of better or worse, in Paul's, this is a mechanical speech. It is interesting that yesterday I just listened to your podcast on meaningful speech. Yes. The mechanical speech comes from their relation. Yes, Felipe? We might say that we have to cancel the concept of the lamb as it is, yes, conceived as El Shaddai, meaning cancel. Yes, the visible God. All of us, we have eyes, yes, and we have the tendency to respect what our eyes can see. Even in court, how court judges according to the eyes, to the evidence. And what we evidence with the eyes is God, regardless now of courts. Yes, is to cancel, how do you say, to shatter. Yes, to shatter idolatry. This is what Abraham did already in the house of his father Terach. Yes, he shattered the all the idols in the shop. Yes, what is visuals or can be perceived by the eyes. Yes, yes. We tend, look what happens. A person sees a movie, or even he sees something, a moment on the street, and he believes this is the truth. We believe that this is the truth. Not to mention what we see on the social media also, or any screen. We say this is the truth, and this is not. This is just a presentation of something, but of course it's not the truth. Questions or thoughts that you would like to share? You're most welcome, dear friends. You're most welcome. Remember that we are a lion. Yes, a divine fire moves above the face of the water. Thank you so much for being here, coming, for participating here, asking questions and sharing your thoughts and experience. Thank you so much. And shalom, shalom, dear friends. Thank you so much.